Hey, welcome back to another episode of Discom Bobbulated. I'm your host, Bobby J. Cox, of course. How the fuck are you doing with stuff? How is everything? Is it the holiday season and everyone wants you to buy a Ford F-150? It's the holiday season. It's like people are just putting out trees, asking if I'm coming to your holiday party. No, I'm not coming to your holiday party. Mom. Oh my God. Let's have a holiday themed Christmas. Let's do a holiday themed Thanksgiving too. What's the theme? That we all get along. Oh, yeah, we love getting along. Bobby, I'm actually from a functional family. Then what the fuck are you doing listening to this podcast? No way do you come from a functional family and listen to a guy with ADHD. Oh, unless you like that. Unless you're into that. But God, it is the holiday season, and I don't hate the holidays, okay? But if you're an adult and you get excited about the holidays, you better have a kid that you like. But if you're just an adult that's just getting excited about Thanksgiving, it's okay. But deep down, I'm like, that's so weird. I can't wait to go see my family for Thanksgiving. Gross. Bobby, you know, some people don't have families. That's true. And those people didn't have to make a whole voicemail as if in a round. Make a voicemail of their family. Did anyone else do that? Did anyone else in the mid-90s have a family that was like, you know what? We did talk about divorce and it did get loud. But you know what? We're going to give it one more try. I got an idea. Let's not go to therapy. Let's have the family sit around and record a voice message so when people call us and we're not home, they still kind of have to talk to us. Hi, we're the Jaycoxes. We're not home. Pass it over to the dad. So leave a message. And it's like me, I'm like, after. And then my little brother's like, the tone. Oh, beep. Hey, Jaycox family. God damn, did I get a motherfucking kick out of that cute voice message machine thing you left for me to listen to? Yeah, I'm glad. I know you guys aren't there. So listen. She's been in a bad accident. I don't know how to tell you this. She has, I don't want to make it too specific because we're already talking about families, so I don't want to think this improv to get out of hand. Beep. Oh, fuck, it went out. I got to call him back. We're the Jacob. Leave a message after the tone. You fucking ruined my whole family. Do you know that? I will find you and I will get beep. Leave a message after the tone. Listen, this is a debt collector, and you guys owe a lot in back taxes, and I just want beep. Okay. But if you had to make a voice message with your family, and you fucking liked that shit, oh my God, it was so bad. And it didn't even take one try. And it definitely wasn't like, we weren't like a family that was like that. We're like, guys, we're having so much fun. I have an idea. What is it, family member? What do you want to do? I was thinking maybe we could all sit around and make a voice message so when people call us, they think we're all doing good. That's a great idea, family member. Before I do it, let me grab a Bud Light. Your father drank Bud Light before he fucking knew it was wrong. Oh my God. That was like definitely a family that I grew up in where it was just like, we got to do this. And then we're like getting in arguments and someone's like, no, you have to say after the tone. Okay, Jesus Christ. All right, is everybody ready? And I'm like, ooh, I don't know about mental health yet, but I'll learn one day. Okay. Dude, sometimes I'm glad I'm all fucked up. Sometimes I'm glad I'm a little loopy. Sometimes I'm glad that I'm such a weird little fuck that I have crazy ideas and time off work, a job that I barely have or keep. Because I'll tell you this, if you think I talk about story of the year a lot, you're gonna be fucking blown away by this episode. I swear to God. I swear on my life. I swear to the devil. Satan's cool. Satan is very fucking cool. Fuck, dude. I have to, I'm so excited to talk about this. Dude, November's been pretty cool, dude. Because 2 weeks ago, I guess a full week ago and some change was Flyover Fest. Fucking killer time, dude. Good friends, good fucking times. And I did television. I did do the morning news. But hey, So in other news, but this past weekend, it was one for the books. I had an idea that I wanted to do, and I wanted to do it on actually Halloween, but it didn't work out that way. Didn't have the time. It just didn't fucking work out. But the idea that I had that I got to do this weekend was my favorite band story of the year was on tour, and I always look at that calendar and I was like, I just want to go see those guys. I just want to go see those guys, and I want to go rub their thighs. Is that wrong? If it is, it's not. So I had this idea, and I called around. I called around to their buddies and stuff like that, and made sure this was like a good idea. But Story of the Year is on tour, and they are doing their 20th anniversary tour of Page Avenue. Their fucking debut album that went platinum. I'll wait for anyone else who has done that. Yeah. Do you know someone? No. It's fucking hard to do, and it's fucking impressive, and my favorite band did it, no problem. So, yeah. They are going on tour, and they're playing Page Avenue, which was 20 years ago. Then they recently had an album called Tear Me to Pieces, which right before its release, is it safe to say I became one of their best friends of all time? Probably not, because they have childhood friends that mean a lot to them and they're very close to. But am I one of their... Are they going to marry me? No. Most of them are married or in very, very serious relationships. But if you said that they would be able to be like, okay, Bobby can hang around sometimes, that's what fucking happens. No, I became, I get to hang out with them. They've asked me to hang out, and it's crazy. If you've ever had a favorite thing and gotten to hang out with that favorite thing, artist, musician, actors, porn star, car dealer that you hear in commercials, and you meet them at the mall, and you're like, holy fucking shit, Don Brown, you're a guy for real? Hi, I'm Don Brown. That was funny if you live in the St. Louis area or where else Dan Brown promotes his car sales too. Hi, I'm Don Brown. I wonder if anyone, like, the closer you get to LA, are there people who take like acting classes to be like, no, I want people to believe that I'm a car dealer. What the fuck am I talking about? Hi. Dude, what are some other good St. Louisisms? I mean, I'm going to be talking about fucking Story of the Year, so it's like you got to talk about St. Louis. Timmy Zell, saw him the other day, a local St. Louis guy, fucking morning news, dude. Let's talk about some morning news. Oh my God. But no, I got to get down to my fucking, like, one of the coolest, a core memory, if you will. A fucking moment that I am glad that I knew. Let's just fucking slow down, Bob. Because you never can. But boy, did I prep for a slow down moment this weekend because I knew I wanted to remember what happened. Story of the year, November 17th. They were in Lawrence, Kansas at Liberty Hall in Lawrence, Kansas. And I saw that they were going to be there, and I had this idea, and I got to surprise my favorite band. They had no idea I was there. And I also, because I'm not rude with that. I don't ever want to like fucking annoy them, or I don't like to ask for too much. I don't want to do stuff. I've been told, honestly, that I don't ask enough. They're like, you can, but you shouldn't. You got to be, anyway, not important. Everything I say, there's chunks that are so good and other things are that's a lot of fat on the meat. So I got to surprise my favorite band on stage because they're out on Page Avenue. They're on tour for the 20th anniversary. What the fuck do you call it? Like the anniversary tour? Is that all the words? I feel like I'm forgetting a word to describe what this is. But they're also playing songs off their new album. One of those songs is War. And am I the star of the music video? No, that's the band. But is it really hard to ignore my little pee-pee in the music video? Is it really hard to fucking, before the music video, to just find out that there's a thing called a dance belt that you can wear so you don't have to see your penis exactly? No, but I was in character. In the real life, a guy who is named Cocaine Bobby in the music video, he wouldn't have a dance belt. So you get to, if you go online, you can see my little fucking pecker. And it's not even an OnlyFans. And it's not, you could just see the outline, but the outline of a thing is legal. Anyway, so I got to dress up as the character I played in that music video, Cocaine Bobby, and surprised them while they were playing that song on stage, jumped out, fucking got on the drum riser, fucking higher the wall, the higher you fall, and I fucking jumped up in the air, fucking pretty high. And fucking got to surprise everyone in the band and saw them laugh, fucking try to pull it together, fucking sing the song. And I was on stage and fucking if you blink, you fucking missed me. And I was told afterwards by many people who have toured with them, guys who have done backflips on stage with them, guys who have sang on stage with them, fucking hung out with them, been friends forever, said that I did a perfect job. I knew right when to come out, right when to fucking come out and surprise the guys, right what to do. Fucking, I got some good advice, like fucking take up the whole stage because all the ideas that I was gonna do was pretty hard at Liberty Hall. You can't crowd surf at Liberty Hall. I will tell you that. It would kind of be a little similar to maybe like trying to crowd surf at a movie theater. It's just not set up for that. It's more of a theater. And if I crowd surfed, I would fucking kill myself. So did not get to do that. But dude, it was something that I'll always, like, whenever I'm fucking dying and your life's flashing before your eyes, I hope that moment fucking crystal clear comes through. So yeah, I got to do that. That was fucking, it was awesome. I was in my underwear. And if you'd have told me the first time I heard Story of the Year, that they're like, you're going to be on stage with them one day, you'd be like, get the fuck out of there. Like, yeah, they're going to be excited that you're there too. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And you're going to be in your underwear. So, okay, all right. Let's slow down. Future person telling me what I'm going to do with Story of the Year. Why am I in my underwear? Oh, Bobby, that's easy. Because you're a character called Cocaine Bobby. Okay, you're going to have to slow down because I don't even like fucking fuck with weed. I know kids smoke it, but it fucking scares me and it smells like skunks. Well, you're also going to be smoking weed one day. Okay, I'm really scared about future me. You're also going to have long hair. Okay, do I really lose it? Yeah, a little bit. But no, dude. So here's what happened is I had this idea that I was like, I want to go on stage because I knew they played War. And I was like, would it be cool to fucking run on stage as the dude from the music video, fucking have fun, jump out, crowd surf? And I called some of their buddies, dude. Super big shout out and thanks to fucking my boy Reagan, dude, fucking John Bond, fucking Dub, AG, like everyone who made it happen. Their fucking tour manager, fucking their other tour manager, Steve. There's so many fucking names. I got to meet fucking Trost, which when I grew up, I lived and breathed like watching Live in the Lou, or as I like to call it, Live at the Assassins. But it was like this DVD that they had with all of their buddies, their fucking crew, everyone who was with them on tour, their friends growing up. And like, I've been on stage with them enough, sorry. I've only been stage with them once, but like I've been on like backstage is what I meant to say, and gotten to meet like guys that I'm like, holy fuck, like this guy, I go, you look familiar. He goes, oh yeah, my name's Trost. I was like, holy fuck, dude. And I like quoted something to him that I think he forgot about. He's like, yeah, I don't watch a video that I'm in from 20 years ago. I go, that's okay. I do. I'll quote it for you. Every time he's talking to fucking chick, he's just fucking running it. All right. I don't remember every fucking thing perfect, but I do remember a lot. Yeah, I got to I ran out there and I had like, it was like the perfect time for like jump up, fucking, and I got to see fucking Adam laugh his ass off, their bass player. I got to see Ryan. He's always smiling though. And then Josh was excited, I would say, but he also was sick. So I came up on the drum risers and I faced him first, and I could hear the crowd start cheering because Dan was like, dude, I was like, what the fuck's happening behind me? Because they're cheering. He's like, maybe, I don't know something's happening. It was me. And I looked at Josh and he's drumming, and he basically gave me like a nod of like someone you saw at a bar that you're like, you knew was going to be there anyway or something. He's like, what's up, dude? And so that was awesome. And then I was on stage, and if you fucking, like I said, if you blinked, you missed me. Jumped out in the audience. Did not crowd surf because I didn't want to kill anybody, including myself. So I jumped out into a girls' trip of Story of the Year Discord fans. And and I have long hair and I look beautiful, so it was a ladies' trip with me nonetheless. And it was cool because some of the girls that were in that trip, they were videotaping some war for me because they were like, are you going to come to the show? I was like, I can't, it's too far away, I have a private gig. Lied my ass off. Got to go, and like, so they had video, they were surprised. I got to see the video later. Dude, I jumped so fucking high off the drum riser. And then I just got to watch the rest of the show and fucking they played Razor Blades right after, which it is not easy to pick my favorite fucking Story of the Year song, but that one is always a contender. And I know it's hard to pick too, because even after I got off stage, Ryan from Story of the Year goes, dude, probably my favorite moment of the tour. I go, that was your favorite moment of this tour? And he goes, dude, yeah. And then later he's like, dude, fucking top 3 of this tour. I was like, okay, let's just stop ranking it. Dude, 29th best fucking tour moment of all time that we've ever been on tour. Nah, let me think. It's 76th. No, I love the honesty. It was so fun. But yeah, like no one knew I was going to be there. It was really fun. So I had to I actually it felt like a fucking kind of like a fun heist because I knew there were people I knew that were going to be at this concert. And I called my buddy and I was like, Reagan, dude, I was like, is this a good idea? And he's known them for a long fucking time. And he's like, dude, I think that's awesome. Then he calls their guitar tech Bond. He's like, do you think this is a good idea? I start asking other people and everyone's like, yeah, I think that's a good idea. And I was like, cool. I was like, I want it to look like part of a rock show too. I don't want it to look like a fucking Make-A-Wish of me being like, I'm on stage with I'm like, I want to run out, fucking have fun, jump out into the audience. They're like, dude, no, that would be fucking perfect, dude. So I was like, okay, and then he was like, well, how are we gonna do it? Oh, dude, it's gonna be too hard to sneak you in. I'm like, dude, because when I have a good idea, like in my head, whatever's like a good idea, like I know the difference between like a manic like thought and an idea that I'm like, no, dude, I think this would actually be really sick. So I also messaged their tour manager from the last tour, Steve, and I was like, hey man, would this be, like, you think it'd be cool if I went backstage? I just had this idea and I started like asking around and everyone seemed on board, but I was like, I want it to look rock and roll. I don't want it to be fucking stupid, dude. And they were like, no, I think it'd be cool. And I'm like, and I don't want to be out there the whole song. And I was like, at first I kind of toyed with the idea of like, maybe I'll come out there and I'll sing. But then I'm like, I'm not a singer and I don't want the show to suck because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of them. And I know how that is sometimes when other people come out at a show and you're like, okay, I don't care. I wanted to see these fucking guys or whatever. So everyone was on board. And so I was like, well, I got to go to the show. And this was my whole idea. And I was like, okay, I'm going to show up and I'm going to have a backpack on. I'm going to have, at first I thought I was going to have a purse because I was like, I know how disguises work. You have to change. You can't just wear different color things you've never wore. You can't you have to like cover up as much as yourself, change your form, everything. So I got long hair. I'm like, got to put that up. Got a beanie that you never wear. That's what you got to wear. I grabbed all my clothes that I never wear. I dressed fully in tan. At one point, I made fun of my buddy Jake, and I called him Tan Boy because he was wearing all tan, and I remembered that, and I remembered how when you see a guy wearing all tan, you're like, that looks psychotic. I was remembering what I was saying earlier. Anyway, dude, I'm all over I know I'm always all over the place, but this was like one of the coolest moments ever for me. It was so fucking fun. So I was like, all right, I'm going to wear a disguise. And because we had the plan of coming up there with a bunch of dudes that all these guys know Story of the Year, and they're my buddies, and I love them. And we drove up there, and they're like, "Well, dude, we're gonna go to the VIP before the show." And I'm like, "I'm not going." And they're like, "Dude, that's stupid. Come hang out with us." I'm like, "No." And some people were on board, and some people didn't get it. I'm like, "No, it's gonna be way cooler to surprise me." He's like, "Well, it'll still be cool." I go, "It's not the same. I'm a showman." And I was like, dude, no, we can't. We got it. I'm not trying to be too specific, and I can change stuff that I can and can't do because there was a lot of shit we had to change. I was like, but I'm not going. And he's like, all right, and then later they're like, well, dude, we're gonna even go to because there's dinner plans. I'm like, I'm just gonna hang out at the hotel and get fucking ready. So yeah, we drove there, and they're like, they didn't post about it. They had to tell a couple people, and they're like, dude, it's secrecy or whatever. They told like almost everybody. So that then whenever I get to the concert, I wear all tan. I fucking put my hood up. I wear an N95 mask so you can't see my fucking face. I almost was like, I should wear sunglasses, but I was like, no, I might fucking, it's already going to be dark in there. I don't, it'll kind of draw more attention to myself. So I got all tan on. I got a fucking tan members only jacket that's ill-fitting. And it was 4 Years Strong was opening for them. And I was like, well, I want to fucking watch them. I really want to. I've never seen them live. Let's fucking go. Got a 4 Years Strong shirt on right fucking now. I don't even know if that was in my head. I knew what song I was playing, but to you, you're like, no one knows what that is. So, no one knows what song you were trying to do. So, yeah, I go to the concert. And I got a little backpack on with all my fucking in the war music video. I dressed up and I had fucking slippers on, a robe, underwear, and a fucking a wife beater. That's just what they're called. I don't know. It's a white tank top, but that specific one that everyone So I have all that in my baggie. Well, I'm wearing some of it underneath. I got my dance belt on, which kind of makes it so you can see that there is a penis, but you can't see the penis because I knew I wouldn't be able to focus on jumping and stuff. If when I jump, people are like, I think I can kind of see his butthole through those Hanes undies. Didn't want to do that. So I got it all in my backpack and I watched 4 Years Strong. And then I also said, they're like, dude, but you're also going to miss some of the Story of the Year show. I go, no, I'm not. Because I'm going to be in the disguise and I'm going to watch. And I went up top and I got to watch Story of the Year. I love the beginning of their shows, dude. Because they do it so many different ways. Like one of my favorites is they'll fucking play a song that's so different than the music they play. And then all of a sudden it'll just stop and it's like, ba 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 ba. Or lately they've been doing how they did it for like the Assassins music video where it's I'm very good and musically inclined. So they do it like that. So I got to watch the beginning of that. I was like, yeah! And then they sent me the fucking list of where they were going to play everything. And then I ran backstage, got dressed, did some pull-ups on probably a shitter pipe that's underneath the fucking theater. They snuck me in the back, and they had no idea I was going to come out. Jumped out. Had the best fucking time of my life. It was a good idea. It was a good idea. Everyone loved it. Now let me tell you about the ins and out of it. I'm glad that they started telling people backstage because they had to keep it a secret. But one guy they almost didn't tell is they have their drum tech TJ does not know. He's new. He does not know what I look like. He does not know. He might not have seen the war music video. And his job is to be such a good drum tech that if someone ever runs on stage, he will tackle them. And God damn, there's a part of me that I know I would have broke my fucking wrist or pinky or something like that, but it would have been so funny if when I ran out on stage, there's like, higher the wall, and I fucking run up and jump off the thing, and he fucking, because he's like, dude, I played rugby. He's like, I would have assaulted. He's like, I would have, I'd have speared you. I would have probably went like from out of the sky. So, yeah. Good thing everyone was on board with that, but it was cool being backstage and watching everyone be pumped for me. And their buddy who was like, dude, I thought you should come out in the song earlier and everything. And after I saw it, he's like, dude, you fucking crushed it. So it was sick, dude. It was really cool to like actually surprise people and do that. And that was like probably a once in a lifetime thing. And you want to get a once in a lifetime, buddy. Once in a lifetime. It's Little Rascals, dude. But yeah, dude, it was awesome. Oh man, if you would have told me one day I get to do that, I would have been too nervous. I like that it was like last minute, and dude, before the show, I started getting nervous, and I was like, God, and I was just in the audience, I was fucking stretching out, and I was just like, I'm so lucky to get to do this that I was like, you don't get to be nervous and forget what you're going to do. And dude, I mean, I daydreamed about the song. I would listen to the song over and over. I'm like, okay, jump out right here, do this. And even the amount that you prepare, it's just like the first time you do an open mic or whatever, you can prepare all you want, but dude, your anxiety is still going to try to like, whatever. But it was great, man. And then afterwards we went out to some bars and people were like, are you going to put your pants on? And I said, no fucking way. No. I'm never putting my pants on again. But, another one. This is probably the best thing about the entire thing. So, it's no secret I love Story of the Year, and I will continue to talk about them until this episode is done. But you guys also know that there's a reason I love Story of the Year. It's because when I was in high school, I was dating this girl, and she took my virginity right out of my penis, and and I'm very grateful, and I'm also very grateful that she introduced me to Story of the Year. I kind of heard of them, but then I was fucking hooked, and for me, it was like Story of the Year, and I would see that they had like videos like The Arch, and like, dude, no one really comes, I don't know, from here, and like I think it's like, well, Nelly was from here, but it's like, I'm not like trying to be a rapper. But when I was a kid, I wanted to be in a band. So you're like, oh, a band that made it from here? And then as you start to like realize, you're like, oh, dude, like my buddies in high school, they opened for them. You're like, they just made me realize that I was like, oh my God, dude, these guys are badass. I like their music, and you can make it out of here. Like, you can do that. Let's fucking go. So they mean a lot to me. And so I do the war thing and I jump out, and then did they go right into Razor Blades? I can't remember which one happened. What Razor Blades is one of my favorite songs, and they played it afterwards, and I got to just fucking be in the audience fucking rocking out, dude. But it was either right after War or Razor Blades. I can't remember. I think it was War. I can't remember. Dan comes out and walks out, and everyone, he's like, Cocaine Bobby, everybody. I fucking salute, and fucking, he comes out. He sees me, and he grabs for my face. And listen, it's no secret I love Story of the Year, and I've kissed Dan. I mean, so many times I can't even keep track. And if you think that's gay, it is. And if you're jealous, it's because you've never kissed your favorite lead singer, and I'm sorry. And so he comes out in the audience, he goes to give me a kiss, and I go to kiss him. But what neither of us were aware of, maybe he is. He's on tour. He knows when the lights change. I don't know. But the lights went out, and he reached for my face, and I leaned in, and he gave me a good smooch on the kisser. And it lasted a little longer because we both knew we were in the dark, and I guess we wanted people to see. And then he backed up, and it kind of looked like he just kind of came out, said what's up, and then walked away. I just kissed Dan in the dark. Me and Dan were kissing in the dark. No one's watching, so it's gay as fuck. And it's cool, though. Getting hard my dance belt. Ooh. Ooh. You and me going fuck in the dark. Okay, anyway. But we had, so we kissed in the dark and no one saw. Kiss in the dark. All right, I can't make any more stupid songs about how much I loved kissing him, and everyone missed it. Okay, do it again, Dan. No one saw. But yeah, dude, fucking great time, dude. And then we hung out afterwards, and I got some very kind words from Ryan, their guitar player, who I feel like we have very similar ADHD. It's wild. And he was like, dude, I mean this with all love. You're crazy. And I was like, dude, thank you. He's like, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I go, dude, I take that with love. I mean that. Thank you. And he's like, I'm kind of nuts too, or whatever. And I was like, no, dude, I'm crazy, and I'm crazy for them, dude. They're fucking awesome. And it was, it was a night I'll never forget. And then I got to talk to him a lot more. I got to talk to all of them, backstage and hang out with their friends. And, I just can't thank everyone enough. AG, Dub, fucking Reagan, Bon. I know I've thanked people a couple times, but everyone was great. Everyone in the Discord, Maria, Emily, Teresa, everybody, dude, fucking everybody. Everyone was so cool. And it was it felt like my birthday, and it was not. But I got to talk to Ryan, and afterwards he was like, dude, they were like, that was awesome. And I told Ryan, I go, the only thing I'm a little upset that I did not get to do, because I knew I couldn't crowd surf because of how the room was set up and everything. But all week, and I called buddies who can backflip and everything. I've been trying to learn how to backflip. I went to Sky Zone, and I went from a guy who was nervous to flip backwards into a foam pit, to a guy who could flip backwards into a foam pit. And then before the week was done, in less than about 5 fucking days, for real, I did a backflip off of a little bit of like a rised soft area onto like those like a soft mat pillow, but that you can like stand on, not like a foam pit. And dude, I basically did a shit backflip. And I'll tell you what, I went to go do that 4-story of the year, and I really don't get let down a lot, because I don't let myself get let down. I like to work hard for things that I want. And I didn't plan long enough, because I remember about a year ago I was trying to do some sideways backflips, because I was like, dude, this is like, I'm scared, dude. And I did a couple shit backflips. I would flip my body around. I couldn't land on the thing. And then I just showed up that morning, and I was like, I was going to practice a couple, because I was like, dude, how fucking sick and punk rock would it be, since they've done backflips forever, dude, to go on stage and to do a backflip in fucking slippers and a robe. And I will say I was very disappointed. And I told Ryan, and he was like, dude, you're fucking crazy. Like, you went all week trying to learn how to backflip for the show. I was like, you're absolutely, dude. He's like, well, that's insane. So I am insane, but I'm crazy for story of the year. So yeah, it was the best time. And I honestly can't even I'm trying to pull every like little part of it now, like apart, but it's like you really, it happened so fast. I'm very happy. There's a video, and I jump off the high rise, and dude, I looked out in the audience, and there were some people, you could hear them going crazy. There were some people so confused, like, is this guy crazy because he's in his underwear? And then I moshed. That was the other thing. Fucking people start moshing. They're like, and I'm falling down, and people start fucking going mosh city, dude. And I was like, Teresa was like, dude, you got to go mosh. I was like, all right. So I jump, and I go into mosh, and I really don't like moshing. I like the music. I really do. I like it. I like that it exists. I don't want to jump in it. And so I'm in it, and I just about as quick as I can, someone's like, underwear guy. And then I slip really hard in my, slippers. So I slip in my slippers, and I fall down. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, I hurt myself. And I mean, dude, people couldn't have picked me up any slower. I tried to stand up, and everyone's setting me up, and I kind of went back into the mosh pit for a second, and I was like, all right, yeah, fucking cool, and got out, which it's like, hey, I was in character. That guy who was dressed up as Cocaine Bobby would fall down like that and almost twist his stupid fucking little dumb ankles. So yeah, I did that, and it was great, and goddamn, I just had the weekend of a lifetime, and it was cool. And then, Adam, their bass player, said, he's like, dude, you're a legend. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I grew up with the movie The Sandlot, and I remember rewatching that fucking scene when fake Babe Ruth says heroes get remembered, but legends never die. And 4 years strong. Oh, I was at a day to remember. I'm so fucking. I'm also rarely I actually can feel tears coming up because like these bands are what I grew up with, and this is like what I love. And it's other bands too. There's other things that are important to me, but Story of the Year it's the fucking most important cornerstone when it comes to like music and stuff. Like I love AC/DC and I love Thunderstruck, and it's different. I love Story of the Year, and to like. Ryan had pointed it out to me. He's like, dude, did you hear that? A guy from your favorite band, a rock and roll fucking dude. He's like when I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, their picture was in there. It was in the AP room. My favorite band was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then I also broke the escalator there. Swear to God, broke the escalator. Punk rock as fuck. So I didn't mean to, but I did. I got my foot caught in the escalator. Went, gaw, gaw! And I was like, what the heck? And I walked away. But he was like, dude, did you hear he said you were a legend? And I was like, I actually was thinking whenever I couldn't backflip that I was going to be like, I kind of let rock and roll down. And he was like, I mean, I was on stage in my underwear or whatever. He's like, dude, he just called you a legend. He's in a rock and roll band. Like, fucking don't ever forget that. So I thought about that. It was great. I felt like, do you ever seen a Goofy movie whenever he goes on stage? I got whatever it takes. It's a piece of cake to stand out, to talk above the crowd. That's what I felt like, but it's Cocaine Bobby. So, oh my God. It was great, man. It was, everything about it was so fucking fun. And the fact that they liked it and everyone thought it was cool and everyone was, like I walked back into the green room and everyone clapped, which is weird because like I like being on stage doing stand-up, but it's not that I don't like that same energy. But it's cool because like I feel more comfortable whenever I'm hanging out with them, and it was cool to like have moments where people would come back through the green room and we would make them laugh or whatever. And like I got called a legend, I got called crazy, I got to kiss Dan. Someone said they're going to shove a drumstick up my ass. But these things happen in the best moments that you'll never forget about. And I will never forget Liberty Hall, Lawrence, Kansas, getting to hang out with my favorite band and surprising them on stage. So it was... fuck, man. It was really cool, man. I love those guys. I love that they love me. I can't recommend enough doing exactly what you want and meeting the people that you are drawn to. Because I have old videos of me getting ready for my set because my buddy would videotape me. He's like, how do you get ready? I was like, well, I like write my jokes into my mirror like this sometimes. And I was like, dude, I was like 21, 20, something like that. And then I'm like, I was still living at home and I'm like, I would write jokes into my mirror and like you could see. And he was like, and I was like, and I'll also turn on Story of the Year and I'd have like Live in the Lou on. And to just know how those things came together, because like I would watch those guys and like I got to say this to Ryan, but like, dude, like Story of the Year, like to say like their music saved my life or whatever, like that just it's a cliche. It's something some other people said, and it might be true for you with the band, and that's great. But for me, I was like Story of the Year. They make me feel invincible. Like that's what I got to say to Ryan, and I was like, you guys. I put you guys on when I'm nervous. I put you guys on once I've accomplished a thing. You guys are like, when they're like, what walk-up song do you want? Fucking, it's Story of the Year. And, you know, it's like whenever I was like, okay, I'm going to go on Nikki Glazer's podcast. I have my Story of the Year t-shirt on. Whenever I did Ron Funch's podcast, I had that Story of the Year shirt on. Whenever I met Dane Cook, I had my fucking Story of the Year shirt on. Whenever I did Morning News in Springfield, I brought up Story of the Year. Yeah, dude, they mean a lot to me, and they I don't think they'll ever know. Oh my God, don't fucking cry, you big fucking, they'd make fun of you, you dumb idiot. But no, they mean a lot, and I can't believe that they're that cool, because some people aren't that lucky. And I really thought because I got to meet them in chunks here and there. And that, if you get to do that with your favorite band, that in a lifetime is more than enough. And then because of, maybe following my dreams or doing whatever, I was rewarded with getting to meet some of them. And I got to do their podcast. And then they invited me back. And I got to go back, and then they had me back again. I got to hang out with them. They would invite me to concerts backstage on their tour bus. And yeah, I don't know, man. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Fuck, don't okay, well, I have tears in my eyes. It's okay. But they make me feel awesome, and it's not any one thing specifically, but if who knows where I would be if those buddies didn't all get together and follow their dreams too. So dreams are very important. And this episode is sponsored by stamps.com. It's really not, but maybe if I say it and you guys put Bob into, just go to stamps.com, type in promo code Bob when it says what? If it says it enough, maybe then I don't know. Okay. So anyway, but thank you to Story of the Year. Thank you guys for being fucking cool fucking dudes. I'm a lucky dude to know those dudes, and I should stop bothering them, but I probably won't. But yeah, I hope I really do. I hope like if someone means a lot to you, I hope you get to meet them, and I hope that they blow your fucking pee off the radar. But yeah, it's cool I not only got to meet them, that I get to hang out with them, and that they like and want me to be around. I got to a quick story. I got to hang out with them at their 20th anniversary show in St. Louis, their biggest headlining show, and it's to play Page Avenue and I was on the big screen, not a big deal. But right before their show, I got to go backstage, and like there was a moment when they were just in a different, it's a nerve. Whenever you have like a thing that's like special, but you've done the thing forever, it feels different. And for whatever reason, and they saw me, and I was making them laugh. And they said later, they're like, we are really glad that like Bobby came back. So to know that like I'm important to them, and that their friends have like taken me in, like they have friends or whatever too, like the love that I always thought existed between all of them was like, it wasn't fake. And I was always very drawn to it. So I am glad I lost my virginity to someone who was dropped on their head by the guitar player from Story of the Year, and that her older brother was friends with them, and that they showed me a video, and she gave me a CD of Big Blue Monkey, which is the name of the band that they were before. And they actually had a song called Story of the Year. I don't want to. Okay. But yeah, I'm just glad that they are who they are, because if they weren't, I don't know. I don't know if any other band would have cut it for me. I don't know if anyone would have made me feel so, invincible, or like it was possible to, to make it out of St. Louis and like to do the thing that you want to do. And I really am very grateful for them. And I will always try my best, but I know that Dan's married, and I'm not a fan of cheating, but I will kiss him every moment I get. I will kiss that man till the day I die. Oh, fuck. It was great. I have some video of it, but it'll always be in my memory. And and then later I got to flash them in my dance belt, and it basically looks like I just don't have a penis. I look like a Ken doll. So that was fun. Higher the wall, tuck in my balls. Cocaine Bobby. You can buy his CD at the malls. That would be sick, dude. First name Cocaine, last name Bobby. I am farty and I am sloppy. Cocaine Bobby did not live up to his name that night. He did not do any cocaine. He is a good boy. And I know you might be thinking I'm saying that to be like, oh, because that means you did. It really means that I didn't. I barely even got drunk that night. You want to know why? Why? Because I wanted that memory to stick in my head. Well, Bobby, why'd you smoke so much weed that night then? I have to. Don't know why. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's my story of the year. That's my story of the year. That's my story. That's my story. Well, I ain't cocaine Bobby. Let's name Bobby. That's my story, and I'm sucking dicks. Anyway, that's the whole episode. I just had to tell you how fun my weekend was, and if you thought I rambled, I really did. But who gives a flying flick and flying fuck? And I'm sure I'll tell more of that story later. I can't wait to have some of them boys on the episode, and I can't wait to land a backflip in real life. And even though I landed a couple shitty ones, one day I will. Don't say things you can't do, Bob. Maybe I won't do a backflip, but I tell you what. If I'm off the back of the boat, no, that's too slippery. I don't like to do stuff off slippery things. And I always, if the sides of boats have they have a little area that's just big enough for your tootsies to get caught. So even if you jumped off, if your tootsies got caught, you would fall back and smack your head on the back of the boat. So I didn't want any of that to happen. But I'll learn how to do a backflip maybe just onto a tramp. Even trampolines are kind of hard. Maybe I'll just give that up. You know what? I think I'm going to give backflips up for Lent. Bobby, it's not Lent. God damn it. So who cares? You are my friends. I am making amends. I'm in a much better place than I was last year. Thank you to Story of the Year. Thank you to all my new friends that I've made over the past year. I love you. I'm just checking the time to make sure I've done it long enough. Yeah, we have a full episode in the fucking can. So have a good late morning or evening. I love you. Kiss, kiss. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Time for Bobby bye-bye.